name's Charlton Campbell, the new state Queensland operations manager. I've just moved over from Perth in Western Australia, and as you could probably hear, I originate from South Africa. I've been in Australia 7 years now, and really excited to be part of the Royal Flying Doctor Service. I thought I'd just introduce myself to all of you. Some of you I've met already, many of you I haven't. So just a quick hello before I go on the road show and try and get out there and meet all of you. A little bit about me. As I said, I come from South Africa. I have a clinical background, so I have spent a number of years flying aeromedical missions as a critical care paramedic. And prior to that, I worked in the fire and emergency services, quite a lot of time in the townships and ganglands in South Africa, out of Cape Town and Johannesburg. And after that, I went into the remote site medical services. So I was fortunate enough to spend a lot of time working all over the world in interesting places like Russia, Kazakhstan, Nigeria, Jakarta, a little bit in China, and even far-flung places like Mongolia. So, for me, I've got quite a broad exposure to aeromedical services, and certainly none as concentrated as the Royal Flying Doctor Service. So very excited to be part of this iconic Australian organisation that, the reputation preceded way back when I started as a paramedic. I'd heard all about the RFDS. A little bit about me, I guess my passion's, of course, emergency medicine. However, in this role, it's more, I guess, about being about the people. And I feel very strongly that we are nothing without the individuals that put this organisation together. You can have the fanciest aircraft or the worst aircraft, but it's all about the staff. And if we don't focus on you as our staff and make sure that we put you first, we're not going to have a good chance at making sure we look after our patients well. And I guess that's what we're all about in the end, is patient care. So first and foremost, how I like to roll is make sure I'm very accessible to all of you. Don't be shy if you need to call or get hold of me. I like to have an open door policy. Of course, go through your line, but saying that, I like to be always available 24/7 if you need me. And coming from a clinical background, I'm used to being on call, and I hope that if you need me, I'll be available. I'll certainly make an effort to do so. But more importantly, I also like to come out there and spend time with you out in the bases and the regions and look at some of the other operations, not just the aeromedical side, but looking at some of the mental health work we're doing. And that brings me to the next stage. When I finished in the remote site medical services, my career took a turn into mental health. So I was the general manager of a boutique mental health hospital, looking after the focus of drug and alcohol issues and rehabilitation. So I've had quite a bit of experience in that market and passionately fundraised in that. So I think it's an interesting fit, my aeromedical background as well as a mental health background, especially with some of the contracts that we deal with at the moment. I have a family, so I have a daughter that lives with my ex-wife up in Gladstone. So my move, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to move over to Queensland, so I could be closer to my little 7-year-old girl. And I have a partner who I've moved in with now in Brisbane, and she has a little boy who's 3, so that keeps me very busy on my off days. And being new to Brisbane, I guess what I do in my spare time, I spend a lot of time exploring Brizzy, going to the markets, getting out there. I enjoy cycling, I enjoy kayaking, surf skiing, that sort of thing. So I tend to try and spend a lot of my time out in the outdoors. I'm also very passionate about the bush and learning about birds and wildlife and different trees and those sort of things. It's something I grew up with in South Africa. It's been a lot of time out in the safari and getting involved with conservation. So that's a little hobby of mine on the side. And I guess that's really all about me for the moment, and looking forward to learning more about you. So thank you very much, and can't wait to meet all of you. And I look forward to the next steps in taking the RFDS to greater heights. Thank you very much.